Good day to you. This is teacher Leland, Alejandro, and we're going to discuss today division of polynomials. We're going to divide a polynomial by another polynomial. So we're going to see the problem set in the other screen. Division of polynomials. Okay, let us check the total of this. It will be around how many problems? 6. It will be around 12. Okay, 12. All right, so let's do it by presentation view. And then let us present the solution by, we will try to type it, okay, and we'll start with the divisor, and then the dividend x cubed plus 5x squared. We're going to write the exponents later, x minus 14, okay. And so this will be about, let us see the size of this. All right, and then this is supposed to be 3, okay, 3. All right, so that's it. And then this is squared, okay. This is squared like that. All right. Okay, now we will have to put the line here. And then over there. Okay, so some more. All right, that'll be it. That will do up to that point. Okay, so this is x cubed plus 5x squared minus x minus 14. We're going to divide it by a binomial. All right, so you see the arrangement of the polynomials from highest to lowest, so descending order. Degree 3, degree 2, and then degree 1, and then degree 0. The number 14 represents the degree 0. And also the divisor is also arranged in descending order from highest to lowest. So the x represents the first degree, and the number 2 represents the 0 degree. And so after arranging the dividend and the divisor, okay, using such arrangement, then we'll be able to start the division. So x cubed, you'll start with a very first at the left, okay, very first term. So x cubed divided by the very first of the divisor. So x cubed divided by x, that will be x to the 3 divided by x to the 1. So that means you subtract the exponents. So 3 minus 1. So you're going to have x squared. So we're going to have here x squared. We're going to have the answer right on top of it, okay? So this will now be x squared, okay? And then it will have an exponent, of course. And that will be, of course, another 2. Okay, there. All right, and so we're going to multiply this, okay? We're going to multiply this term by term, x squared times the leftmost term of the divisor. So x squared times x, so that will be x cubed again, okay? So that will be x cubed, and you're going to write that right below the x cubed, so it will be over here. All right, so that'll be x cubed, okay? And then we're going to write it there, and then we will have 2x squared, okay? So that will be plus, you're going to multiply x squared by x, so that will be x cubed. And then the next term is x squared times 2. So that will be 2x squared. Okay, so 2x squared. So you're going to make this cube. This will be cube. Like that. And this will be, of course, 2 times x squared. Okay, we're doing the quotient x squared, multiply that by the divisor. And so this will be 2x squared. There. Okay. All right, and so at this point, you're going to perform subtraction, okay? Just like in ordinary numerical, you're going to do a subtraction here. So x cubed minus x cubed gives 0. 5x squared minus 2x squared, that gives you 3x squared, okay? 3x squared. And so the next line here will be over here. This will now be 3x, okay? this will now be 3x squared. Okay, so that will be 3x squared. So you're going to have here squared there. Okay, 5x squared minus 2x squared. Okay, and then the negative x minus 14, that will just be bring down. Okay, so it will be a continuation over here. So that will be minus x minus 14 there. Okay, all right. And so the next step is to test. Okay, your current line 3x squared minus x minus 14. That's your current line, and you're going to divide again the leftmost by the leftmost of the divisor. So 3x squared divided by x. So that will be 3x. Okay, 3x squared divided by x is 3x. Now 3x will be written, that will be written on top. Okay, it will be written over here. And that's a positive 3x. Okay, so plus 3x like that. And then you're back to multiplication. Okay, this time the 3x times the divisor. Okay, and that will be the line over here. Okay, and so if we do that, it will now be on this line. Okay, 3x times x plus 2. Okay, so we're going to have 3x times x, that's 3x squared. Okay, so we're going to have there 3x squared. Okay, so this will be another 3x squared over here. Next is 3x times 2. That's a positive 6x. Okay, positive 6x. So it will be written over here. That's a plus 6x like that. Okay, and then we're now going to proceed with the next step, which is subtraction again. Okay, subtract again. Okay, 3x squared minus 3x squared. All right, it's a 0. Negative 1x minus 6x, that's a negative 7x. So the negative 7x will be written over here. Okay, this will be negative 7x. And then it follows the negative 14 will just be bring down. Okay, that's negative 14 minus 0. There. Okay, and so this will now be the next step. You try to check if your current line is still divisible. Okay, that means say higher in degree compared to the divisor, or equal. All right, now if it becomes less, that's when you stop. Okay, all right, that's when you stop. All right, so we have here negative 7x, the very leftmost term of the current line polynomial. You're going to divide it by the leftmost degree of the divisor again. So negative 7x will be divided by x, okay? And so that will just be negative 7, okay? All right, why? Okay, you have here a negative 7x, and you're going to divide it by x. So the x and the x divides, and we're going to have just negative 7, like that, okay? So our very recent divide is negative 7, and we're going to write that over here. That will just be negative 7 there. And then we're back to multiplication. Let me just scratch this out. We're back to multiplication. The negative 7, you're going to multiply that by your divisor, okay? And that gives us, all right, we actually have that negative 7x. I think we just erased it over here. Let me just return it. That's a negative 7x minus 14. Okay, that was our last line. Okay, after dividing, we have the negative 7, and then we multiply it back. So after multiplication, we're going to have the expression to be subtracted from the negative 7x minus 14. And so if we multiply negative 7 by x plus 2, we're going to have negative 7x minus 14. there. And so the next step again is subtraction. Okay, so we're going to do the subtraction, and we're going to have here, well, it happens to be a zero remainder, so this will have just 0 over here, there. And so our quotient is the one on top. Okay, it's the one on top over here. This is our quotient. There, that's our quotient. And so let us check and verify our answer. Okay, that's x squared plus 3x minus 7. That goes to our first number. All right, let's continue with the next. All right, let me clear our long division, and let's continue with number 2. Okay, here's our number 2. Divide x to the fourth plus 4x cubed plus 7x squared plus 20x plus 10 by x squared plus 4x plus 2. Okay, so first you will have to examine your divisor and your dividend. Let's check our dividend over here. Okay, check the dividend. All right, that's the dividend. That's to the fourth degree, followed by to the third, and then to the 2, to the first, and the number is to the 0. So it looks quite arranged. Okay, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Those are the degrees of the x. And then for the divisor, that's x squared, and then 4x, that's first degree. And the 2 is, that's another constant, that's 0 degree. So quite arranged also, 2, 1, 0. So the dividend and the divisor is so arranged from highest to lowest, so descending order. All right, and so we can actually proceed right away to our divide. All right, so we shall type first. Okay, we shall type first the divisor in our leftmost. All right, so that will be x squared. Okay, so this will be x squared. So this must be x to the 2. And then this will be followed by, okay, we have there 4x plus 2. All right, so plus 4x plus 2 there. And then we shall continue with dividend, which will be placed over here. Okay, all right, let's put it there, and that will be starting with x to the fourth. Okay, that will be starting with x to the fourth. So it will be x, and then there, x to the fourth plus 4x cubed. All right, 4x, and then this is to the 3. So we will have to write it manually. All right, we cannot do the extra shortcut, okay, for superscripts there, which is a Unicode. All right, now we will have to write it manually. So this is 4x cubed. All right, like that. And then also the next one is plus 7x squared. Okay, it will be over here. So we have plus 7x, and then let me just finish it up to the 10, plus 20x plus 10. All right, and so I'll just put the squared over here. I'll just put the 2 here. Okay, that will be over there. All right, okay, that's it. And then we have it x to the fourth plus 4x cubed plus 7x squared plus 20x plus 10. Our dividend is from highest to lowest. All right, so let us divide x to the fourth. Okay, in dividing the very leftmost of the dividend by the very leftmost of the divisor, that means x to the fourth divided by x squared, like that. And this means x to the 2, because that's 4 minus 2, okay, in law of exponents. So this will be x squared, like that. And so we're going to write x squared, okay, at the very top of x to the fourth. Okay, so we're going to write it here. Going to write it there. Okay, so this will be x squared. Okay, And so this will be squared. Okay, so we put the number 2 there. All right, that's our very first answer for the quotient. The very first term for the quotient is x squared. Now we're back to, after the divide, we're going to do the multiply part. Okay, so it's divide and then multiply and then subtract. Okay, after which we're back to divide. Okay, and then back to multiply. So it's a cycle. Okay, after multiply, it's subtract again until finally the division stops when the degree of that particular value is already lesser than the degree of the divisor. Okay, so it's a continuous process. It's divide and then multiply, then subtract, as if you're dividing a number by a number. Okay, real numbers. Okay, all right, so let's continue, and we're now about to multiply. So at this point, we'll now proceed to the multiply, and this line here will have x to the fourth. Okay, so x to the fourth, and then that's a Unicode. Okay, so this will now be plus. All right, we're going to have here 4x cubed. Okay, the product of x squared and x squared is x to the fourth. Now it's x squared and 4x. That'll be 4x cubed. Okay, so 4x, and then we will have to write the 3. Okay, we'll have to write the 3 there. It will be x cubed there. All right, after which the next multiplication is plus 2 and the x squared. That gives us 2x squared. Okay, so it will be over here, 2x squared. So that will be plus 2x, and then this will have to be squared. This will have to be squared. It's over here. All right, there. Okay, after which, all right, we're done with the multiplication. We're back to subtract. Okay, so we're going to subtract now. All right, so we put a line here, and then subtraction process now. X to the fourth minus x to the fourth. Okay, 4x cubed minus 4x cubed. Those are zeros. Now 7x squared minus 2x squared. So that'll be 5x squared, and that will be 5x squared over here. This will now be 5x squared. Okay, so we're going to write a number 2 there, which you cannot do by a Unicode. So this will be 5x squared. All right, that should be a number 2 there. All right, and then the plus 20x plus 10, that will be just bring down. All right, that's 20x plus 10 minus 0. Okay, because there are no terms below them. That means minus zeros. So that means we'll just rewrite it down here. So that'll be plus 20x plus 10. All right, there. Okay, after which, all right, after subtraction, okay, we're back to divide. Okay, this time it's 5x squared divided by x squared. The leftmost of this current line divided by the divisor, leftmost term. So our next divide, let me just clear this. Okay, our next divide is 5x squared. You divide 5x squared by x squared, like that. Okay, by the way, that is 5x squared. Okay, you're going to compare that with the degree of the divisor. So we can still continue because they're equal at squared. Okay, all right, degree 2. So this gives us just 5, like that, because this cancels out, and we'll just have 5, and we're going to write that on top. Okay, right here. This will be plus 5. All right, that's the quotient. All right, after divide, back to multiply. That number 5 times the divisor. And so we're going to multiply now, and the result of the multiplication, okay, the product will be 5 times x squared. So this will be over here, 5x and then squared. Okay, so it will be over here. So 5x squared, and then we have 5 times 4x. That's a 20x. Okay, we can type that. All right, so that'll be plus 20x and then plus 10. And so we're now doing subtraction. Okay, We're now going to do a subtraction, and it so happened when you do the subtraction now, it's 5x squared plus 20x plus 10 minus the same, okay? 5x squared plus 20x plus 10, which clearly tells us it's a 0 over here. There, okay? And that's it. We have a 0 remainder. That means our answer is the quotient on top, okay? It's the quotient here. There. Oops. Let me erase that. It's the quotient here. There. All right. It will have to be x squared plus 5. That should be our answer. Okay. That's the quotient. Okay. So our answer is x squared plus 5, and there should be a 2. Okay. It will have to be x squared. There. Okay. That's the answer. X squared plus 5. That's the quotient. Let's verify from the database. All right, there. And you can see it over here. All right, there. X squared plus 5. That's the result of our division. So it's a cycle. Okay. Divide and then multiply, then subtract, and then divide again, back to multiply and then subtract. Until finally, after your subtraction, always check your present polynomial if it's still divisible by the divisor. You will be continuing, okay, for as long as the polynomial is higher in degree or equal in degree compared to the divisor. When it becomes lesser, that's when you stop, okay? All right, so that's it. That will be for our second example. Let's continue with the next. Let's continue with the next. Let's have the third. Okay, here's the third. X cubed plus 4x squared minus 16x minus 15 by x squared plus 7x plus 5. Examine the dividend 3, and then followed by degree 2, and then degree 1, and then the number 15. So this is in the correct arrangement, and then our divisor is x squared 7x plus 5. That's also correct, 2, 1, 0. So we will proceed with the solution. Okay, let's start with the solution. Okay, so we're going to type first let's put the divisor, x squared. All right, that's x plus 7x plus 5. Okay, and then we put the 2 here. Okay, and it's supposed to be x squared. This is our divisor, and then we will write the dividend inside of this. Okay, all right, our dividend will be x cubed. All right, this will be x cubed. Let me just put the 3 later, and this will be plus 4x and then minus 16x minus 15. All right, and so this will have a 3. This is x cubed. Okay, and this will be x squared. All right, we cannot use the Unicode there in typing. All right, so 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, the 16x, that means first degree. All right, 15 is numeric, so that will be x to the 0. We don't write x to the 0 anymore. All right, so we start with our division. Okay, x cubed divided by x squared is x to the 1, and we're going to write x to the 1 exactly on top. Okay, so it will be over here, x. Okay, after divide, it's multiplication. We will write the product down here. X times x squared, that will be x cubed. So this will be x cubed. All right, so this will be x to the 3. Like that. Next, after that is x times 7x, that's a 7x squared. So that will be on the next. This will be positive 7x squared. So this will be 2 over here. All right, and then next is 5x. All right, so this will be the next multiplication. Okay, so we have here 5x, the x times the 5, and it will be just beside this. So this will be plus 5x. And that's it. We're done with the multiplication. We're doing now the subtraction. We're back to subtraction. Okay. X cubed minus x cubed. 4x squared minus 7x squared is a negative 3x squared. So we're going to have here a negative 3. We have here a negative 3x squared. Okay, negative 3x squared. Now, the next one is negative 16x, okay, minus 5x. That will become negative 21x. Okay, so negative 21x over here. So it's minus 21x. And of course, that minus 15, that's a negative 15 minus 0. Okay, so it continues with a minus 15 there. Okay, so next is we're back to, after subtraction, we're back to divide. Now, before you divide, compare the degree of your current polynomial. Okay, it's a negative 3x squared. That's squared. Your divisor is x squared plus 7x plus 5. The highest degree in your divisor is squared. So they're equal, they're even. So that means you can still continue with your divide. And so at this point, we have here a negative 3x squared. You divide it by the x squared, it's a negative 3. Okay, it's a negative 3 there. That's negative 3 there. All right, and so negative 3 is what we're going to write on top beside the x as our next quotient term. So this will be over here. This will now be a negative 3 or minus 3. So this will be minus 3 there. Okay, and then we're back to multiplication. Negative 3 times x squared. Okay, negative 3 times 7x. Negative 3 times 5. Okay, so you're going to write all those, all right, on the next line. So it will be over here. So this will be negative 3 times x squared is a negative 3 x squared. Okay, and then we will write the 2 later. That's minus 21x. And then that so happened to be negative 3 times 5. That's negative 15 also. Okay, and this is supposed to be squared. Okay, over here. This is squared. There. Okay, that's the result of negative 3 and the divisor. Okay, negative 3 times x squared. And so at this point, they look identical, this line and this line. And so when we do subtraction, we will get a 0 remainder again. So this gives us a 0 remainder. There. So our divisor is complete. Our quotient, this is our quotient, x minus 3. There. So this is our answer, okay? Our answer. Our answer is x minus 3. All right, that's it. That's our quotient. Okay, so we can verify that over here. Okay, x minus 3. All right, that's the answer. Okay, you can make it larger. All right, x minus 3 over here. All right, so we're correct. I hope you were able to follow the way to do it. Let's continue with the next. We'll be doing number 4. All right, here is number 4. Let us make the question smaller so we have space to write on. All right. Next, we have number 4. Okay, here's number 4. X to the fourth, divide x to the fourth plus 5x cubed plus 4x squared plus 3x minus 63 by x squared plus 2x plus 7. All right. Examine the dividend. 4, 3, 2, 1, and the number 63. So this is quite descending. 4, 3, 2, 1, and the number 63. Divisor is also correct. Second degree, first degree, and 0 degree for the numbers. So that will be copied exactly. That will be copied. All right, so this will now be starting with x squared plus 2x plus 7. And then we provide squared, okay, because we cannot type that using the Unicode. All right, that's a 2 over there. And then we put the division symbol, right? And that's it. We put the dividend inside. Okay, this will be x to the fourth, and we can use the Unicode here. So x to the fourth, Control V for out x. There, and we were able to put the 4. All right, and then next will be, we can make use of the next 5x cubed. We cannot use the Unicode for degree 3 and degree 2 and degree 1. Okay, all right, higher than 3, it is possible to do that. All right, so x to the fourth, and that will be plus 5x to the 3. So let me just write all of them. Now we'll write the exponents later. Plus 4x squared plus 3x minus 63. Okay, there. And then this is supposed to be cube. This is cube. And then this is squared. And that's it. All right, first degree for the 3x. All right. So we start our division. X to the fourth divided by x squared. That would be x squared. So we're going to type it here, x squared. Let me adjust it so that it's on the very top. Okay, x squared. All right, x squared. Okay, and that should be 2. Okay, degree 2. All right. Okay, now after divide, we're going to do the multiplication. So it will be multiplying the x squared by the divisor. So it will be written right here on this line. This will be x to the fourth, x squared times x squared, x to the fourth. And that would be 4 and out x there. Okay, I just did a Unicode. And then this will now be x squared times 2x is 2x cubed. So we have your positive 2x cubed. All right, that would be 3, degree 3 here. Degree 3, yes. Next, we have 7 and the x squared. That will be just 7x squared positive. So it will be over here. That will be plus 7x squared. So again, we have to write that exponent 2. That will be over here. All right, and then we proceed by subtraction. We're going to do now the subtraction. We're done with the multiplication part. We're going to do the subtraction now. X to the fourth minus x to the fourth, 0. 5x cubed minus 2x cubed is 3x cubed. So it will be 3x cubed on the next line. This will be positive, okay, 3x cubed. All right, so that will be power 3. Next, we have 4x squared minus 7x squared. That will be a negative 3x squared. Okay, so that will be over here. Negative 3x squared. So this will be squared. Okay. Next, we have 3x minus 63 minus 0. So we'll just retype those. And that will just be plus 3x minus 63. There. And so we're done with the subtraction. We're back to divide. We're going to test now our present polynomial here. 3x cubed divisible by x squared, of course. Okay, so that will be something like 3x cubed divided by x squared. And that gives us 3x. There, okay, 3x. And so our answer will be now on top here. It's a positive 3x there. And then we're back to multiplication. The 3x times the divisor. Okay, and so that'll be 3x times x squared, 3x cubed. We're back to multiplication. We'll start here. 3x cubed. This will be cube. And then next we have 3x and the 2x. That's positive 6x squared. So that will be over here. Positive 6x squared. This will now be squared over here. And then 3x times 7, that's positive 21x. So that will be over here. So that'll be plus 21x. Then we're back to subtraction. I'm going to subtract now again. All right, 3x cubed minus 3x cubed. This is a negative 9x squared, the next line. So it's negative 9x squared. There. And then we have here something like, what do we have here? 3x minus 21, that's a negative 18x. Okay, negative 18x. That will be 3x minus 21x. So that's minus 18x there. Of course, the negative 63 minus 0, it's a negative 63. There. Okay, so that's it. We now have our current line. We're done with the subtraction. We're back to divide. Okay, examine the negative 9x squared. That's squared. And your divisor has the highest degree squared. So we can still continue. Okay. And we will continue with this one. All right, that's something I have erased there. All right, that must be like the ones I have encoded. This is 3. Let me just put it back. That's a negative 3x squared. All right, and the other one is a plus 3x. That's a plus 3x and a minus 63. All right, and then that actually is the product there. That's a plus 6x squared. It must be over here. That should be a plus 6x squared. All right, anything more I have erased? That's negative 3x and 63. And then we still have the 21x beside it. Yes, the plus 21x. Plus 21x. And then we did a subtraction there, which gave us a negative 9x squared. So it must be over here. That's a negative 9x squared. And then followed by a minus 18x there. Okay, followed by a minus 63. All right, it's there. All right, it's back. Okay, I think those are the terms I have erased. So negative 9x squared, negative 18x, minus 63. So we're going to, we were dividing, okay? Negative 9x squared by x squared, it's just a negative 9, okay? So that will be our negative 9 here, there. All right. And then back to multiply, all right? Negative 9 times the divisor. And that will be all right, that will be negative 9x squared right here. So it will be a negative 9x squared. There. And then negative 9 and 2x, it's a negative 18. So that's negative 18. It will be over here. It's negative 18x. Negative 9 and 7, that's a negative 63. Negative 63. All right. And then when we subtract this, this is exactly 0. Okay. We're now back to subtraction. This gives us exactly 0. Yes. So we have a 0 here. All right. That's a 0 remainder. All right. What is this is supposed to be on top, right? Yes. All right. Okay. So, all right. That's it. Our answer is x squared plus 3x minus 9. And we have again a 0 remainder. Okay? All right. Okay, so this is our quotient over here. There. Okay, and so let us find out the computer's answer. Yes, we're the same, x squared plus 3x minus 9. Okay? Yeah, I was not very careful with my erasing process, and I erased some of it. All right. But anyway, we have it correctly, and that's the quotient. Okay, this is the quotient. Yeah, this is the quotient. There. Okay, and this is the divisor, of course. This is the divisor here. There, and of course the number inside. The number inside is called dividend. All right, just putting some labels there. All right. Okay, and of course, there's a name for that 0. We call that remainder. All right, so that I won't erase this part anymore because it erases some numbers in my typing. Okay, so let that stay there. All right, so try to see the solution. Okay, and let's continue with next. Let's do number 5. All right. So if you don't have any question on this, we're doing the next. Let's do number 5. All right. Okay, next. Here's number 5. All right. Divide. Write your answer in fraction form. Okay, so this will now be, let's start the solution. Okay, we have the x minus 1, the divisor. Okay, let's write beside it the dividend. This is x cubed. Let me just put the 3 later. And this is 3x squared plus 5x minus 11. Okay, so now I put the cube. Okay, this is to the 3, and this is to the 2. Okay, all right, this is to the 2. Okay, all right, and then we have the division. All right, the division symbol there. All right, so we have here x cubed plus 3x squared plus 5x minus 11. So x cubed divided by the first term. Let's examine our dividend term. So we have 3, 2, 1, 0. So this is 3, 2, and then this is first degree, number is 0. And so the divisor binomial is also degree 1 followed by a degree 0. So they're properly arranged. Now we start with the leftmost terms to be divided, x cubed divided by x. So we're going to have x squared. So it's right here, x and then squared. It's supposed to be squared. So that's our first term for the quotient. All right, there. After divide, it's multiplication. X squared times x is x cubed right here. All right, so this will be x cubed. We're going to write here x cubed. All right. Okay, after that, it's negative 1 times x squared. So it's negative x squared. So this will now be negative x squared. Okay, so this will be degree 2. Okay, over here. Degree 2. All right. We're done with multiplication. We're now back to subtract. Okay. All right, there. Okay. All right. So x cubed minus x cubed, that's a 0. Positive 3x squared minus the x squared, that will turn out to become plus 1. So we'll have 4x squared. Okay. So we're going to have here 4 positive and then x squared. Okay. So this will now be squared. There. And then this is 5x minus 11 minus 0. Okay. So we'll just retype those over here. So we're going to have plus 5x minus 11. So we're done with subtraction. We're back to divide. So we are going to test the 4x squared compared to the x of the divisor. Still higher in degree, so we can continue. 4x squared divided by x is 4x. And we will have to write it over here. So that's a plus 4x. Okay, back to multiply. So 4x times x is 4x squared. I'm going to write it here, 4x squared. Okay, so 4x squared, and then 4x times -1 is a negative 4x. So it's over here. That's minus 4x. All right, done with the multiplication. Back to subtraction. We're doing long division, of course. So this will now be 4x squared minus 4x squared 0. It's 5x minus a negative 4x. That will become 9x. Okay, so it will be 9x here. So 9x, because that negative 4 will become minus 4x. So that's 4x positive. And then negative 11 minus 0. So it's negative 11. There. Next, test for division. Okay, 9x divided by x, that will still be possible. So the degree are equal. Okay, all right, that's 9x degree 1. That's divisor x, that's degree 1. So we can still continue. 9x by x is 9. So we have to continue here with plus 9 there. After which, back to multiply. 9 times x is 9x. Okay, so it's a 9x here. 9 times the negative 1 is a negative 9. So it's a negative 9. And then we're doing the subtraction again. All right, 9x minus 9x is 0. Negative 11 minus negative 9, that becomes a plus 9. So we have a negative 2 difference. So we will have here negative 2. And this becomes the remainder. Okay, there. All right. And so we will have to write the remainder this way. That negative 2, we will have that sign minus. Okay, it will be over here. We will use that minus here. Minus, and then we will put the divisor. We will have to form a fraction there. Okay, where we will have to see the division symbol. The division symbol over here, like that. Okay, and then we will have to encode the 2 on top. Okay, the 2 will have to be here, and then the divisor will have to be at the bottom over here. Okay, we will have to write there x minus 1 there. Okay, this negative 2, okay, that minus is here, there, that negative is there. Okay, so our answer should be like this: x squared plus 4x plus 9 minus 2 over x minus 1. There. Okay, that should be our quotient. Okay, and we can verify that. All right. Okay, you can see it over here. That's the correct answer: x squared plus 4x plus 9 minus the remainder 2 over the divisor x minus 1. This is how to write the quotient. Okay. All right. So it's like dividing a number that is not exact. For example, 7 divided by 2. 7 divided by 2. That is not 0 remainder. So you're going to have 3. And then after divide, you multiply. 3 times 2 is 6. And then after that, you subtract. 7 minus 6 is 1. Now, 1 is now less than your divisor. So it becomes a remainder. Now, the way to write this is plus, you write the 1 and then over the divisor. Okay, so that's 3 plus 1/2. Or in a mixed fraction, it's 3 and 1 over 2. Okay, so this is 3.5. So that's the way to write the quotient there. So similarly in polynomials, we do it that way, the remainder over the divisor. All right, that goes to our number 5. Let's continue with the next. Let's have number 6. All right, let's continue with number 6. Here's number 6. Okay, let's examine our divisor and dividend. Our divisor is x minus 4, so degree 1 and degree 0. So that will be correct. So for our solution, that's the correct divisor, x minus 4. Okay, how about the dividend? All right, you have x cubed, and then there's no squared. Okay, there's no squared. So first you will type the x cubed. You type the x cubed first. All right, x cubed. Now, notice there is no squared term. Now you're going to provide. Okay, you're going to provide there. But you will have to use a 0. Okay, 0 coefficient. 0 times x squared. Okay, so you will have to provide there. So this will be a 0. Let me clear that. All right, this will have to be squared. Okay, that's a squared. Okay, 0 squared. Now followed by the degree 1, which is the minus 22x. So you're going to put it here, minus 22x, like that. And then the 20, that's degree 0. So plus 20. Now you have degree 3, degree 2, degree 1, and degree 0. Okay, so if you don't find the correct degree, you have to provide. Okay, you have to put something there. Okay, there. So if some degree is missing, you put that and put a 0 coefficient so that you have the proper descending order of degree. All right, so we now have 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, all right, now we continue with the proper division process. X cubed divided by x is x squared. So you have here x squared. All right, I will have to write that 2 again. All right, x squared. That's our first term for our quotient. Now, after divide, it's multiply x squared times x minus 4. So we will have x cubed and negative 4x squared. Okay, so that will be written here, x cubed, okay, followed by negative 4x squared, okay, negative 4x squared. All right, so I will have to put the 2 here and the 3. This will have to be cubed, and this will have to be to the 2, okay? That's supposed to be to the 2. This will have to be to the 2. There, okay? Okay, done with the multiplication. We're back to subtraction process. Okay, we're going to subtract, all right? Subtract x cubed minus x cubed, that's a 0. Now, 0x squared minus a negative 4x squared, that becomes a plus 4x squared, okay? This will become a plus 4x squared, okay? So this will be positive, okay? That will become minus 4x squared, so that becomes a plus 4x squared. All right, minus 22x and plus 20, that will just be the same, okay? So it will appear at the bottom, that's a minus 22x plus 20. That will reappear there. Okay, after which we're back to divide. Okay, 4x squared divided by x will just be positive 4x. That's our next term in the quotient, and that'll be plus 4x there. Okay, back to multiplication. 4x times x minus 4, we have 4x squared over here. That will be 4x squared. This will be squared. Okay, let me just put the 2. Okay, and negative 4 times 4x is negative 16x. So it will be a negative 16x there. Okay, and back to subtraction. Okay, back to subtraction. So we put the subtraction process now. 4x squared minus 4x squared. That's a 0, negative 22x and negative 16x. All right, that becomes a positive 16x. So we will have a difference of negative 6x. Okay, a negative 6x over here, negative 6x. And then the plus 20 minus 0, so that's a plus 20. Okay, and then we have a negative 6x, that's first degree x, and then our divisor has a first degree x. We'll proceed by division again. And it's just a negative 6. Okay, so it's just a negative 6 here. There. And then back to multiplication. Okay, negative 6 times x minus 4 is negative 6x. Okay, negative 6x and a positive 24 plus 24. There. Okay, and back to subtraction. Okay, subtract now. We will have a remainder of negative 4. So we'll be having a negative 4 remainder. There. Okay, now we're going to write this minus 4 over x minus 4. So it will be on top here. Okay, it will be a minus, and all right, the number on top is the 4. And then at the bottom, we will have to rewrite the divisor. Okay, x minus 4. And then we put the division symbol, because this will be a fraction there, like that. And that's our quotient. Our quotient is this. All right, there. That's our quotient. All right. This is our quotient. There. Okay, so let's check and verify if we have done it correctly. Yes, all right. X squared plus 4x minus 6 minus 4 over x minus 4. That's our answer. All right, let's continue with the 7th. Let's continue with the number 7. Next number, here's number 7. Okay, write your answer in fraction form. All right, let's do this. Let's make the space a little larger so we can type more in our solution space. Okay, so let's examine the dividend. The degree of the dividend is 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. So that's proper. That's correct. Our divisor is first degree followed by 0 degree. All right, so nothing to add. All right, so let us start the division. Okay, let us put the divisor over here. So that's 4x plus 1. And we have here 28x to the 4th. Okay, so that's 4. All right, and then plus 15x cubed plus 15x cubed. Let me just write without the exponents first. Minus 22x minus 6x and then plus 8. Okay, and then we will extend it over there. Okay, all right, okay. Now this is to the 4, this is 15x cubed. This is to the 3, okay, all right, and this is squared. And that's first degree and 0 degree, so that's it. All right, we put now the division line. Okay, this will be it. Okay, all right. Divide first term by the first term. 28 by 4, the numbers first. 28 by 4 is 7. Okay, all right, it's a 7. So we put the 7 on top, and then x to the 4th divided by x. That's x cubed. Okay, so x cubed. So we'll put the 3. So it will be a q there, the 3. Okay, all right, x cubed. All right. So next is multiplication. We will have 28 x to the 4th. So that will be right here. We're now doing the multiplication. 28x to the 4th, and then followed by 7x cubed times 1 is 7x cubed, positive. So this is 7x cubed. So this is again cube. Right. Okay, and then this is now, that's it. We're done with the multiplication. Continue. All right, continue with the subtraction. That's a 0. 15 minus 7, and they are both cubes. So this is 8x cubed. This will now be 8. All right, 8x cubed. Okay, so this will be 8x cubed here. All right, and then followed by minus 22, the same. Okay, so that's minus 22x, and then minus 6x, and then plus 8 there. And this will still be squared, of course. This will still be squared. There. Okay. So we continue now with the next. It's divide again. 8x cubed and then 4x. We can still continue. That's degree 3. So we will have 2x squared. Okay. So that will be a positive 2x squared. So we'll have a squared here. There. Okay. Multiply again. 8x cubed. Okay. So that will be over here. We're back to 8x cubed. Okay. X cubed. And then 8x cubed and then 2x squared plus 2x squared. So this will be 3, and this will be 2. Okay, there. Okay, nothing more, and then we'll continue with subtraction. All right, subtracting now negative 22x squared minus 2x squared. That makes negative 24. Negative 24x squared. Okay, so that will be negative 24 x squared. Okay, that will be a squared. Now we have to bring down the 6x and the 8. Minus 6x and 8. Now this is squared, of course. This is squared. There. All right, back to divide. Okay, that is still squared, and our divisor is first degree. We can still go on. Okay, so negative 24 by 4, it's negative 6x. So we're going to have here a negative 6x there. Okay, so next is back to multiplication. That's negative 24x squared. That's a negative 24x squared. Okay, and negative 6x. All right, and this is squared. All right, and so back to subtraction. When we subtract, we will have here a positive 8. Okay, that's the difference. All right, and so we will have here the remainder, because that's a plus 8 minus 0. So we will have a plus 8. Okay, a plus 8 there. Okay, this is actually the remainder. Okay, so we have a remainder, and we will have to write that over here. All right, so this will be a plus 8 means a plus here, and then we're going to have the 8 on top of the division symbol. It's a fraction now here. It's a fraction there. Okay, we put the 8 on top. We put the 8 there, and then we put the divisor at the denominator of the fraction, 4x plus 1. And that's it. That's our quotient. This is our quotient. There, okay? That's 7x cubed plus 2x squared minus 6x plus 8 over 4x plus 1. And we shall verify that. Okay, it's over here. You can check it out. There, okay? All right, that should be the answer. I can see that the process is correct. All right, so that's it for number 7. Let's continue. Let's continue with the next number. Number 8. All right, here's number 8. Write your answer in fraction form. Okay, examine the dividend 4, 3, okay, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, this is 2, 1, 0. So it's properly arranged. Okay, all right, properly arranged. So let's start the solution. Let's have the solution over here. And so it's, okay, let's put it over here. All right, divisor first. X squared plus 2x plus 3, okay? And this will have to be squared. Okay, this will be squared. All right, over here. Okay, next is to write the dividend. Okay, dividend must be inside. All right, that's starting from 4x to the 4th. Okay, and then plus 13x cubed. Let me put the exponents later, okay? Plus 18x squared plus 7x minus 10. All right, this will now be cubed, okay? This is now to the 3rd. This is squared. All right, and then the next is to the 1, so you don't have to write 1. All right, now we put the division line, okay? This will now be over here and over there. All right. Long division, they call this the long division. So 4x to the 4th divided by x squared, that gives us 4x squared, our first term. It's 4x squared, okay. So we put the number 2, something we cannot do by typing, okay. The Unicode won't work with 0, no, with 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, it works with 0, okay, and then 4, 5, 6, up to 9. Okay, that's the Unicode. So for example, the one I'm doing with x to the 4th, that one works. Okay, all right. For example, x raised to the 7, okay, it's 2077 out x there. See, it works. Okay, all right. How about x to the 8? That's x to the 8. All right, 2078 out x there. It works. All right. For 9, it also works. So we put the x first, and then 207, we put the 9, and then alt x. See, it works. But if you try it with the 1, 2, and 3, it won't. Okay, so that's what I'm talking about, the Unicode. All right. So I have to do it manually there. All right, so until I find a way to do that. All right. Okay, so this is 4x to the 4th. X divided by x squared, so that is 4x squared. Now we're doing the multiplication now, so that will be 4x to the 4th. Okay, that will be multiplication now. 4x to the 4th, and then that's it. And then we have 4x squared times 2x, so 8x cubed, positive 8x cubed. Now we have to write the cube later. And then we have the 12x squared. 12x squared. So this is to the third power over here. And this is second degree, okay? This is second degree there. All right, we're done with the multiplication process. We'll now be doing the subtraction, okay? So subtraction, all right. Okay, so this will be a 0, and then 13 minus 8, that's 5x cubed. So this will be a 5x cubed. So 5x raised to 3. Okay, that's raised to 3. And then 18 minus 12, that's a 6x squared. So we have a plus 6x squared. So I will just write the cube and squared. Okay, so this is cube and this is squared. There. Okay, after which we're done with the subtraction. Okay, 13 minus 8, 18 minus 12, and we will be subtracting 7x minus 10, of course. So that will be over here. Okay, so that will be 7x minus 10. So that's a plus 7x minus 10. Okay, all right, then back to divide. This is 5x cubed. Our divisor is squared. So we still have a higher degree here. Okay, so we can still continue. 5x cubed by x squared is 5x. So that's our next term there. It's plus 5x there. Then back to multiply. All right, 5x and x squared is 5x cubed. Okay, so that will be 5x cubed and then 10x squared. We will write the exponent later. And then we have 15x, okay? That will be a plus 15x. There, all right, so I'll put the exponents now. This will be 3, and this will be 2, okay. There, all right, and we're back to subtraction. All right, subtraction, okay. That will be 5x cubed, that's a 0, and then that's a negative 4x squared. A negative 4x squared. So this will be a negative 4x squared. Okay, and this is negative 8x. There. And a minus 10. There. So this is squared. This is squared. And this is, of course, first degree and 0 degree. There. All right, so that looks like squared, and our divisor is squared, so we can still go on. Okay, negative 4x squared by x squared is negative 4. So this will be a negative 4. There. And then back to multiply. All right, so multiplication again. Negative 4 times the divisor, we will have here negative 4x squared. And then negative 8x. And then negative 12, okay? Negative 12, there. This must be squared, of course. This is squared here. All right. Okay, I hope you don't mind the slowness. All right, we'll now put the subtraction symbol, subtraction line there. All right, we're going to have the subtraction, and we will have here a plus 2 remainder, okay? A plus 2 remainder. There. Okay, and so we are going to have that as our last subtraction, because that's degree 0, okay? And your divisor is squared. So you stop there, okay? All right, and so we are going to write the final answer. This will now be plus, and then we put the number 2 on top, okay? That will be for the numerator of the fraction, and then for the divisor, it will be the divisor, okay? This particular number here, x plus 2x plus 3, 3, all right, there. and this is supposed to be squared. This one is squared here. There, okay? And so we put the division line there. That's it. This will be our quotient, okay? This is our quotient. All right, we can check and verify. Check and verify. All right, 4x squared plus 5x minus 4 plus 2 over x squared plus 2x plus 3. Okay, all right, here's the computer's database answer. All right, and it matches our answer there. Okay, you can see it over there. All right, they're the same. All right, okay, so our quotient is correct. All right, our quotient is correct. This is what you call the quotient. All right, over here, that's the quotient. Okay, there. All right, that's it for number 8. Let's continue with the next number. Let's continue with the next number, number 9. All right, here's number 9. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Your divisor is 2, 1, 0. So everything arranged. All right, nothing is missing. Okay, all right, and so we shall start with the solution. Okay, we start with our divisor. Okay, our divisor is x squared plus x plus 6. All right, let me continue first, then I put the exponents. This will be 2x to the fourth, 2x to the fourth. All right, and then plus 5x cubed plus 14x squared plus 17x plus 5. There, okay, then we extend it. Okay, now let me put the proper exponents. All right, this must be squared. There. And then this is cube, okay? This is cube. And this is 14x squared. And then 17x plus 5. Then we put the division symbol. All right, over there. Okay, properly encoded. Let's divide. 2x to the fourth by x squared is 2x squared. This will be over here. That's 2x squared. This must be 2. All right, over here. Okay, multiplication now. So that will be 2x squared times x squared. You're back to 2x to the fourth. It will be over here. So that is 2x to the fourth. Okay, and then this will be plus 2x cubed. Okay, plus 2x cubed. Okay, 2x cubed. So this will now be to the 3. There. Okay, and then 12x squared follows. 12x squared. So this will now be plus 12x squared. So this must be squared over here. And so subtraction now. Subtraction. Okay, subtract. 2x to the fourth minus 2x to the fourth. 5x cubed minus 2. That's 3x cubed. It will be a 3x cubed here. 3x cubed. And this will be plus 2x squared. Okay. And that will be plus 17x plus 5. All right, then I put the exponents. All right, this will now be cube. This will be squared. The rest are correct. All right, there. Okay. Okay, just a little review there. 2x squared. Okay, and then yes. product is 2x to the fourth and 2x cubed and 12x squared. Then we subtracted, we have a 3x cubed and 2x squared. Bring down 17x and plus 5. Back to divide. All right, 3x cubed by x squared, we will have 3x. Okay, that will be our next term for the quotient, plus 3x there. And then back to multiply, that will be 3x cubed again, right here. That will be 3x cubed and then 3x squared. 3x squared and then 18x. Okay, and we're done with the multiplication. I will just put the proper exponents. This is 3. This is 2. There. And then we're back to subtraction. Okay, back to subtraction. Okay. This two terms here is 0. And then this is negative x squared. We're going to have here 2 minus 3. That's a minus 1x squared. We don't write the 1 anymore. And this is 17x minus 18x. That's a minus x. And then the plus 5 there. This is squared, of course. This is squared. There. Okay, we can still divide. Negative x squared by x squared is a negative 1. So it will be a negative 1 over here. Minus 1. Okay. And then back to multiplication. Negative x squared. This will now be negative x squared. And then negative x. And then negative 6. There. Okay. Allow me to write the exponent 2. This is now exponent 2. Okay. And then back to subtraction again. Remember, it's a cycle. And we will have here the first two terms are zeros. We will now have here a positive 11 remainder. 5 minus negative 6 is a plus 11. So this will be a plus 11. Plus 11 remainder. There. Okay. Now let us write the quotient on top. This will be plus, okay, and then we put the 11 on top. Okay, we put it here. Okay, 11, and then we put the exponent. We put the divisor at the bottom. Okay, this will now be x squared plus x plus 6. There. So this must be squared. Okay. This must be squared. There. And then we put the line. Okay. We're going to put the line here. There. Okay. That should be our quotient. Okay. This should be our quotient. And we can verify that. Let's check and see. All right. There. Okay. Here's the computer's answer. It's over here. All right. 2x squared plus 3x minus 1 plus 11 over x squared plus x plus 6. Exactly what we obtained. Okay. All right. Exactly what we obtained there. All right. So that's it. Let's continue with number 10. Let's continue with number 10. All right. Here's number 10. Okay. Divide. Write your answer in fraction form. Okay. All right. So this should be our solution. We're doing a long division here. Okay. Long division. Examine your dividend and divisor. All right. What do we have here? 25x to the fifth. And then there is no x to the fourth. So you're going to add something there. Okay. And then x cubed, x squared, x to the first, x to the 0. Okay. So let's look at our divisor. Look at our divisor. Squared, then first degree and 0. That looks okay. All right, and so we shall type this. We shall start with our divisor, 5x squared plus 4x minus 1. There, okay? All right, continue with 25x to the fifth. All right, so see, you can do it with a Unicode, all right? And then minus, we shall use the plus 0, x to the fourth, okay? There's no x to the fourth, so we're going to insert 1. So plus 0 times, use the asterisk, and then x to the fourth, okay? There, all right? Now we continue with the minus 26 x cubed, okay? Then let me just extend it there so we can, so it will not wrap to the next line. All right, that will be x cubed. Okay, we'll put the exponents later. So we will continue with the plus 30x squared plus 25x minus 2. All right, there. Okay, now let me write the exponents. This is 5x squared. Okay, and then 4x minus 1, that's correct. 25x to the fifth plus 0x to the fourth, the one we inserted, minus 26x cubed. All right, this one is cubed. And then 30x, this is squared. And then 25x minus 2. It's now all correct exponents. Let's put the division line. All right, there's the division line, and over there, we're now going to start the division process. First term for the dividend divided by the first term of the divisor, leftmost. 25x to the fifth divided by 5x squared. That should be about 5 for the number. 5 for the number. X to the fifth divided by x squared is x cubed. So we have x cubed there. So this must be to the third power. There. All right. Now you're done with divide. We'll be doing the multiplication process. 5 and 5 is 25. That will be a 25, and then x to the fifth. There. And then next, 5 times 4x. Okay, so 5x cubed and the 4x, that's a 20. 20x to the fourth. So we have a positive 20x to the fourth. There. Okay. All right. That's 5x cubed times 4x. So that's 20x to the fourth. Next product is negative 5x cubed. That's a negative 5x cubed. There. Okay, and that's it. We will have to write the cube. All right, third degree. All right. After which, we're back to subtraction, right? So we're going to do the subtraction. After multiplication, we subtract now. All right. 25x to the fifth minus 25x to the fifth, that's a 0. 0x to the fourth minus 20x to the fourth is a minus 20x to the fourth. So we have here minus 20x to the fourth. There. And here we have negative 26 minus 5. That will become plus 5. So we have a negative 21 x cubed. Okay. Negative 21 x cubed. All right. There. Okay. All right. You're going to have there a plus 5. So it will have a negative 21 x cubed. Now the rest of the terms of the dividend will be just rewrite. Okay, so we'll just rewrite that over here. So we'll have plus 30x squared plus 25x minus 2. Okay, and this will have to be squared, the 30x squared. There. Okay, and then we're back to division. Okay, back to division. All right, this is negative 20x to the fourth. and that divisor is squared. So we can go on and continue. That will be a negative 4. Okay, the negative 20 and 5 is a negative 4, and then x to the 4th divided by x squared is x squared. So this will be squared over here, there. And now back to multiply. All right, negative 4 and 5 is negative 20x to the 4th. Okay, so this is now negative 20x to the 4th there. And the next product is negative 16x cubed, and then positive 4x squared. Positive 4x squared. All right. So we will put the exponents at this point. This is 3, and this is 2 there. All right. Okay, and back to subtraction. All right. Put the subtraction line. All right. Okay, that will be 0 for this column, and then this gives us a negative 5x cubed. This is now a negative 5x cubed. Okay, and then the next one is a positive 26x squared. Okay, so let me put the exponents first. So this is 3, and this is 2. And then we bring down the 25x minus 2. Okay, all right, so this will now be plus 25x minus 2 there. Okay, so next. All right, so that is negative 5x cubed. Our divisor is second degree, so we can still go on. It will give us negative 5x cubed divided by 5x squared. We have a negative 1x or negative x. So this will just be a negative 1x or negative x. Okay, and so we're done multiplying first. Multiplying is the next. So negative x and 5x squared is negative 5x cubed. Okay, so that will be over here. This is a negative 5x cubed. All right, next product is negative 4x squared. Negative 4x squared and a positive x there. Let me write the exponents. This will now be to the 3, and this will be to the 2. There. All right. And then put the line, and then back to subtract. This will now be 26x squared minus negative 4. That's a positive 30x squared. It will now be a positive 30x squared, and 25x minus 1x is a plus 24x. Plus 24x, and of course the minus 2 there. Okay, now we square it. This will now be squared. Okay, and our line here is 30x squared. We're back to divide. That's squared, 30x squared. Our divisor is 5x squared. So we can still continue. They have the same equal degree. So 30 by 5 is 6. So we're going to have here plus 6. That's plus 6 there. Okay. And so multiplying now, 6 and 5 is 30. And then that will be x squared. So 30x squared over here. This will be a 30x squared, and then 24x plus 24x and a negative 6. All right, there. And then we put the squared. This is x squared. There. Okay, and so back to subtraction. And it looks like our final subtraction, because our difference here will now be just a number which will be lesser than the degree of the divisor. And so what we have here is plus 4. Okay, this will be a plus 4. Okay, it's -2 minus -6. So the 6 becomes plus. Okay, and you have a -2. So that's a plus 4. Final answer should be, okay, we write here plus, and then we put the 4 on top. Okay, we put the 4 on top, and then the divisor at the bottom. The divisor will be 5x squared plus 4x minus 1. Okay, so this will be squared. There, and then with a fraction symbol over here. That's it. And we're done with our division. Okay, this will be our quotient. All right, and let's verify from the computer. Okay, that's exactly what we have. 5x cubed minus 4x squared minus x plus 6 plus the fraction 4 over 5x squared plus 4x minus 1. Okay, exactly what we obtained. I think number 10 is the longest. Okay, I think this is the longest in terms of the solution. Okay, we have here how many lines? 2, 4, 6. We have here 9 lines. Okay, all right. So this is for number 10. Let's continue with the next. We're doing number 11. Okay, let's do number 11. Let's do number 11. Okay, here is the next one. Divide. Write your answer in fraction form. Examine the dividend. The degree of the dividend is 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. So complete. Okay, it's complete. You don't have to add anything. This is 3, 2, 1, 0 for the divisor. Okay, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, all right. So it looks complete, and let's type in the divisor first. Okay, let's type in the divisor. So let us begin on this line. All right, 5x cubed, okay, plus 3x squared plus 4x plus 6. Okay, I'm going to type the 3 and the 2 for the exponents later. All right, dividend now is 10x to the 5th. There. And then we have plus 6x to the 4th. Okay, that's to the 4th. And then plus 23x cubed. Okay, and then we shall extend this. Okay, extend it over there. That's 23x cubed, and then 21x squared. And then followed by 12x and plus 26. There. All right, let me put the proper exponents. This is to the 3. Okay. I think this one is larger. Let me erase that. Let me select the, okay, that's it. And then this one. Okay, this is to the 3. And this is to the 2. Okay, second degree. All right. It's very tiny, so you really have to be very careful writing those numbers. This is 3, and of course this is 2. Okay. The rest is complete. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, let's put the division line. Okay, so this will be it, and going there. All right, okay. So start the division now. 10x to the 5th by 5x cubed. So that's 10 over 5, that's a 2. So this is 2x to the, that's 5 minus 3, that's x squared. So this will be squared. Okay, this is number 2 here. There. All right. Now we're doing a multiplication now. So 2x squared by 5x cubed, that's 10x to the fifth over here. So we'll do a 10x to the fifth. All right. Next product is 6x to the fourth. So plus 6x to the fourth. There. And then 8. We have 2x squared and 4x. That's 8x cubed. Okay. So we have plus 8x cubed. We'll put the 3 later. Next product is 12x squared. Okay. 2x squared and 6. So that's 12x squared. So that's 12x. Let's move that 12 some more. So that's a plus 12x squared. All right. Let me put the 3. Let me put the 3 here. All right. It doesn't look like a 3 to me. All right. Let me clear that. All right. 3. Very tiny number 3. So I'll have to be careful with that. So that's 3 and this is 2. All right. And so we're done with product. Okay. We're doing now subtraction. All right. We're doing now subtraction. So over here, 10x to the fifth minus 10x to the fifth. So it's 0 here and then 0 in the next column. This is now 23 minus 8. So that will be a 15x cubed. Okay. That will be a plus 15x cubed. Now 21 minus 12, 11 minus 2, that's 9x squared. Okay. Bring down the 12x and 26. All right, let's put the proper exponents. This will now be a cube. And this will be squared. There. Okay. All right. So 13 minus 8, 5, that becomes 1. And then 11 minus 2, 9. Yes, that's correct. All right. We're back to divide. Okay. Now, this is 15x cubed. Our divisor is also cube. All right. They're equal. Okay. And so this is our last divide. Okay. So 15 by 5 is 3. So we have a positive 3 here. Positive 3. Okay. And then x cubed divided by x cubed, that will be 1. So it's just 3. Okay. So back to multiplication. Okay, 3 times the divisor. So we will have 15x cubed. So we're going to continue here with 15x cubed, followed by 9x squared, and then followed by 12x, followed by plus 18. Okay, that's a plus 18. All right, and then I put the cube and the squared. Okay, all right, this will now be cube here and squared here. Let me try that again. All right, this is 2 here. Okay, and then we're back to subtraction. Back to subtraction. All right, this is 0, 15 minus 15. This is 9 minus 9. It's a 0 also. 12 minus 12 is a 0. All right, just the numbers now. It's 16 minus 8. That's 8. Yeah. And then 1 minus 1, it's a 0. So it's just plus 8. Okay, we have a plus 8 remainder. So it's plus 8 there. Yes, all right. And so this is our remainder. Let us write the quotient. So this will be plus, okay, it's a plus here. And then the 8 goes on top, all right? This will now be 8 over here. And then the divisor will be at the bottom. So that's 5x cubed plus 3x squared plus 4x plus 6. Okay, this is cube. This will be cube here. And this will be squared there. And of course, we have the fraction symbol. And this is our answer. All right, let us rewrite it down here. Okay, let's rewrite it down here. Our quotient is 2x squared plus 3 plus, okay, this will be a number 8 here. There's a number 8. There's a number 8 here, and this particular divisor, okay, it's the divisor here. That will be 5x plus 3x plus 4x plus 6 there. And so we put the exponents. This is squared. And this is cube. This is squared. There. And then we put the fraction symbol. And this is our quotient. All right. This must be our answer. All right. And we can check and verify the computer's answer. All right, there. It's 2x squared plus 3 plus 8 over 5x cubed plus 3x squared plus 4x plus 6. So it's the answer over here. Okay, that's it. And it matches our quotient. Okay, all right. And so we're correct with number 11. Let's continue with next. We'll have the next one. This is up to number 15, right? So we're doing number 12 now. Here is number 12. Okay, let's continue with number 12. All right, examine the given. Okay, write your answer in fraction form to the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. So the dividend is complete. Our divisor is 3, 2, 1, 0. So it's also complete. All right, so we can type. All right, let's start with x cubed. We'll put the exponents later. 6x squared minus 6x plus 2 there. And then the dividend now, 3x to the 5th. And then minus 22x to the 4th. And then plus 6x cubed plus 30x squared minus 7x minus 5. Okay, minus 5 there. All right, let us put the exponents correctly. This is that's supposed to be a minus, right? There, a minus. And this is now yes. All right, let's put the exponents. This is to the 3. This is squared. That's 6x, that's correct. This is to the 5, to the 4, this is to the 3. And this is to the 2. There, all right. Okay, so a little inspection there, and yes. All right, cube. All right, okay, let's put the division lines. Okay, let's start the division process. 3 divided by 1, that's 3. Okay, so it's 3 there. All right, x to the 5th divided by x cubed, it's x squared. So this must be squared. All right, so this is to the 2. That's 5 minus 3, okay? X to the 5th and x cubed. All right, multiplication now. So we're doing the multiplication. This is now 3 times 1, that's 3. And then x squared, x cubed is x to the 5th. So this is 3x to the fifth. All right. Negative 6x squared times 3x squared is a negative 18x to the fourth. Negative 18, all right, x to the fourth. There. And then we have negative 18x to the fourth, also a negative 18x cubed. Negative 18x cubed. There, negative 18x cubed. And then finally, 6x squared. So we have a plus 6x squared. All right, let me just put the degree 3 and degree 2 there. Okay, these are tiny numbers that we have to write. We cannot type that. Okay, the Unicode won't work with 1, 2, and 3. It works with 0 and then 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, and so this will now be the product. Okay, okay, to the fourth and to the 3 and to the 2. Now we put the subtraction line. We now do subtraction. It's a 0 here, and next line for our answer will be negative 22 minus negative, that becomes a positive. Now we will have a negative there, and with a difference of 4. Yes, x to the fourth, okay? X to the fourth, so there, all right? Because it's 22 minus 18, sign of the larger, okay? The sign of the 22, okay? Because 18 will become positive, and so we will have a negative 4x to the fourth. Now the 6 minus negative 18, 18 becomes positive. We're going to have a plus 24, plus 24x cubed. And then followed by 30 minus 6, that's a positive 24. All right, x squared. Okay, so we're going to have here the minus 7x, that's just bring down. And then that minus 5 is a bring down. All right, and so this is now cube. Okay, this is cube. And this is squared over there. Okay, all right, and so that's a 24, that's a negative 4, that's a 24. All right, okay, back to divide. Negative 4x to the fourth and x cubed. So it's a negative 4x over here. In our quotient line, it's a negative 4x there. It's the number negative 4 by 1, so it's negative 4. The numeric, that will be numeric negative 4. For the literal x to the fourth and x cubed, that's an x. All right, after divide, we're back to multiplication. And so this will be our product here. It's another negative 4x to the fourth. All right, and then a product of positive 24x cubed. Product of positive 24x cubed, and another product of positive 24x squared. And then a negative 8x. There, a negative 8x. And so we'll put the exponents 3. We'll put the exponents 3 here. And squared. There. And then subtraction line. Okay. We are now going to have here 0 for this column, 0 for this column, also 0 here. All right. For the fourth column, we will have a positive 1x. All right. It will just be a positive 1x here. And a minus 5 there. Okay. And at this point, the difference that we have, okay, after subtraction, what we obtain is now lesser degree compared to our divisor, okay? And so we stop here. And our answer will be written right here. So it's plus, okay? And we will have to write the x minus 5. That becomes our remainder. So it will be x minus 5 here. And the divisor will be at the bottom. So this is x cubed minus 6x squared minus 6x plus 2. Okay, and this will have to be, of course, 3, and this is 2. There. Okay, and of course the division line for the fraction. And this must be our quotient. Okay, all right, that's our quotient. That's our quotient. This is our remainder. Okay, let us examine our answer. Okay, all right, 3x squared minus 4x plus x minus 5 over the divisor. All right, so we have here confirmation from the computer. All right, this is the correct quotient. Okay, all right, yeah, our answer is, of course, the same as the computer. All right, so that goes to our 12. Let's continue with the 13. Continue with number 13. All right, here's number 13. Oh, number 13. Oh, so I thought we were having 12, 15. Yeah, and we're done. Okay. All right, so that's it. And I hope you were able to learn the division process. This is what you call the long division. We're going to study the synthetic division in our next discussion. So this will be all for now. See you later. I hope you were able to learn from this.